Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Beck and I am a program manager with Communities and Schools of Greater Tarrant County, and I'm also a MSW intern with the organization as well. And today I'm going to be talking to you about positive communication. Now, communication, I know, kind of can be a big word, and so we're going to talk about what that means first. So today we're going to define communication as being the act or process of using words, sounds, signs, or even behaviors to express or exchange information, or exchange your ideas, thoughts, or feelings with someone else. And in today's world, there are a lot of different ways that we communicate. We can communicate face-to-face with someone right in front of us. We can communicate through writing letters or through talking on the phone. But also there's a bunch of technology that allows us to communicate in a bunch of new ways in recent years. It seems like there's new technology developed every day and new apps that we can use to communicate with each other. So we can send electronic messages with emails or text messages or videos, even like what I'm doing right now, or video chats. There's really a lot of different ways that we communicate today. But for the purpose of this video, we're just gonna focus on two main ways that we communicate. And those two ways are gonna be, the first one, nonverbal communication, and the second one, verbal communication. Now those might sound like some big words as well, so we're just gonna break it down. Nonverbal communication is the first one, and that is how we communicate to others, mainly using our body. So that can be expressions that we make with our face. For example, if I'm smiling at someone like this, they might know that I am really happy to be talking to them or really happy with the environment that I'm in at that time. But if I'm frowning like that, they might think that I'm upset, or they might get the idea that I might be confused about something. Or if I'm just totally looking elsewhere with my face and not facing that person, they could probably get the idea that I'm really uninterested in the conversation that we're having or whatever is taking place right in front of me. Another way that we use nonverbal communication is also just how we position our body. Again, if I'm faced off this way, not facing the person that's talking to me or that I'm talking to, I might give off the impression that I'm not interested. Whereas if I am making eye contact and I am leaning in and looking right at them and giving them my full attention, they know that I am really interested in what they have to say or in the conversation that we are having. And that goes for being an electronic conversation through a video or face-to-face conversation. Another way that we use nonverbal communication is even just the way that we use our hands. Some people use their hands a lot when they talk. I'm kind of one of those people, and some people don't use their hands very much when they talk. But we all use our hands to do gestures sometimes. And by that I mean we might wave to someone to say hi, to greet them, or we might give a thumbs up or a thumbs down to say how we feel about a certain situation. Or we may even put our hand out in front of us to kind of tell someone that we need some space or we need a break, right? Or we may, there's lots of expressions. We do the peace sign, right? People use their hands to express a lot of different messages to other people. Most of our communication is actually nonverbal, like what we were just talking about. So it's very important that we take special notice of what we're doing, or maybe even what we're not doing when we're interacting with others, so that we are making sure that we're getting our message across the way that we want it to be received. The second type of communication is verbal communication. And so that is exactly what it sounds like. Verbal communication is the things that we say, the words that we speak. With verbal communication, we still have to take some things into consideration, because even though we may say something with a certain intention, someone that we're talking to may receive that in a way that we didn't intend. Does that ever happen to you guys? It happens to me a lot. So some of the ways that we can try to prevent miscommunication like that is to watch the speed and the volume of what we're saying and how we're speaking. Now, what I mean by that is the speed is how fast we're talking. We can talk really slow like this, or we can talk really fast like this. And those two things give off totally different messages of how we're feeling and how we're interpreting the situation. And then there's volume. Volume is how loud or how quiet we're talking. And again, that gives off very clear implications of how we are feeling in the situation that we are in. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an example there. So if I'm trying to do like a simple task at home or at school, and I just need some help from someone else, I can talk at a normal volume and at a normal speed, and I can simply say, I need some help. And someone that's around me may come to help me with whatever task that is. Even something simple like just opening a door when my hands were full. But if I'm in a dangerous situation and I need help, I will probably speed up the way that I'm talking and talk louder to get my message across. So instead of saying, I need help in a calm way, I might instead say, I need help! And the way that I spoke faster and that I spoke louder shows the other people around me that there's an urgency to the situation, that there's a serious situation going on. You see how I said the same sentence both times, but the speed that I spoke it at and the volume that I spoke it at completely changed the meaning of the sentence and completely changed the situation that I'm in. It's really important that we keep those things in mind whenever we're communicating with others, because we don't want to speak fast and loud in a situation that is not appropriate for that. For instance, if I was trying to do that simple task, like I said before, just opening a door with my hands were full, and I was speaking really loud and talking really fast, that person might get the wrong idea of the situation that I'm in or the level of help that I need. And then also, if there really was a dangerous situation and I spoke like that all the time, the person would not be able to know the difference between whenever there's an urgent situation and a not so urgent situation. So we want to make sure that we're speaking at a volume and a speed that is appropriate to whatever situation we're in at that time. It's very, very important when we're interacting with others to think about how we are communicating both verbally and non-verbally, because we do both at the same time. Even as I'm talking to you right now on this video, I'm using my hands, I'm leaning in, I'm giving eye contact to the camera, but if you were in front of me, I'd be giving eye contact to your eyes as well. We do all of it at the same time, so I challenge you the next time that you are interacting with someone to take notice of both the verbal and the nonverbal cues that you might be putting out and what that person might be sending back to you as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Before I close, I just want to remind you that this is not meant to be a form of therapy and is not meant to be used in substitution of therapy in any way. So please be mindful of that when watching and using this video. But thanks for watching. Have a great day.